Good morning, church. Today, the topic that I've taken is an advocate. This portion is taken from the book of Job, verse 1. It may seem a little bit inappropriate and out of place, especially during this time of Christmas, the month of December, where we celebrate the birth of our Christ. But it is important to point to this to this need or the importance of having an advocate, a go-between us and God, which did not exist in the past. But it came for us sinners, and that's how the solution was found. And this is seen a much required need in the life of Job. The book of Job drips with mystery. The sobs of a man and silence from his God form a very strange combination. From the start, there are surprises and anomalies. Job is portrayed to us as a blameless, upright, God-fearing, turning away from evil kind of a man in the chapter 1, verse 1. And yet, the bottom drops out of his world. He loses everything except his life and his wife. How strange of God to permit one of his very own to become the victims of a devil inspired to reduce him to putty. The man's misery knows no bounds, but his integrity remains intact, which amazed his wife, not one of the most helpful mates in this time of fate. To top it off, a handful of friends frowning, preaching at him, but they came to condemn him one after another, time after time. Job's counselors pointed long, accusing fingers at him and cut him down, chopped him to size, you can say. Finally, there was no place to look but up. However, even there he felt shut out. He longed to approach God and pour out his woes, but he couldn't. At least he couldn't do so on his own. Why? Listen to Job's answer to that question in chapter 9, 32-33. He is not a man as I am, that I may answer him, that we may go to court together. There is no empire between us, who may lay his hands on both of us. What did he need? What was it that he needed? Job longed for an advocate. Job called him an umpire, someone who could stand in his stead and represent him, a suffering sinner before God, the Holy One. Job wished for someone who would understand his predicament, take up his cause, and argue his case. An advocate, someone who had the authority, someone who would be heard and respected where he would not be ignored. The more passionate and complicated the issue, the more vital is our need for a qualified go-between, someone to carry our torch, someone who understands the issue and is able to articulate it, the salient points of the argument. There is a need for an advocate in each one of our lives, and especially our lives, my life. At every moment I would require an advocate. And there is one advocate that we all need, one who represents sinners like me in the highest of all places, in the presence of God. And if anyone sins, and if I sin, I have an advocate with the Father, Jesus Christ, the righteous. In 1 John 2:1, he is called the righteous one. He's not silent. He's never silent. He's with you. He's there for you. It's only our need to go to him, and there he is there to represent and turn the case around. The next time you feel alone, misunderstood, or ripped off, turn to him, your own advocate with the Father. He always wins, not only in heaven, but also here on earth. Amen.